Hello YouTube fans, here again. Now I thought I'd talk about this damn good film from 1982, that being Sorceress. That's right, Sorceress. Bit like Barbarian Queen, it's good and it's like professing. Because a lot of people say, do Power Man, do Power come out in 2000, do Power Man come out in the 90s. Did it fuck? Come out in the 80s, believe it or not. Before we even had She-Ra, the animated cartoon, we did have Earth Power, with films like Barbarian Queen and this film from 1982, Sorceress. We're going to go with it. Got a deep bit of, it's one of them typical epic sword, buccaneer, warrior, adventure films. But you know what? I love it. I love it that much. I actually love it already. And it's professing this one, I know it's different. It's different. Because it starts off, you've got this woman and she has two twins. That's right, two twin girls. You got one who's an evil sorcerer and he wants to kill them. How's that for fatherly love? Does he do needs to dad? But he tortures the woman to get information to find out what these two twin girls are. You got the idea he cuts her down there, but happy to say it doesn't sew it, but you get the aftershocks, but it's not too in your face. And he kills her. The villain I thought was a little bit wooden in parts, and he looked more like a fucking Satan than anything else. All he's done is he looked more like something you see as freaking Satan. But it is what it is. It's definitely a cheap budget adventure film, but it has a charm to it. You know, when it comes to movies like this, I sooner watch these type of films than the CGI shit you see nowadays. So they're throwing up the two girls and they've been fostered out by this guy and so on. And it's one of them, is it a two-way film or were they twin sisters in real life? If they were twin sisters in real life, I dilute it because it's not this way. See the two-way film and you can tell, like you see in films that it's two-way film. Like Aidy Mills in Parent Trap, where you can actually see the two-way film. You can definitely not see it in this, so it had me thinking, were these real twin sisters? I told them outside, there's bits in it where they strip off, they show the boobs, and so on. And the sorcerer wants to kill them because they have these magic powers. And I think in one part in the film they get tattooed and he's about to brand one of them, but they don't get burnt because they have magic frigging powers. But I love it. I love the fact. I mean, I've done the fight scenes what the two girls do. It's pretty good, and you know what I mean. Not over the attractive. There's a bit like I said, they're not shy. They show the tits, they show everything, but they're not shy. But they're also their power. They kick ass. You know what I mean? They're not too sexy to look at. They're not just there because they look pretty. They actually kick asses, and I love it. I bloody love it. So. They're kicking ass, they're fighting knights, they're whacking, they're twatting them, and you've got the evil fucking sorcerer. There's only one bit in the film, right, where one of them pretends to be a doll girl, and she meets his dad with the worstest perm hairstyle I've ever seen. And you've got the idea that he's having it away with her, he's having intercourse with one of the twins. But the other twin feels it down there, she's having an orgy herself, and I'm thinking, so you kind of told me that twins, if they're doing it, the other twin can have the same sensation and feel what the other one's doing. First I went with it, it's a fucking film. So at the end of the day, yeah, she feels it, she's having an orgy and all, and one of the guys who's with the guy says, he's doing what I think he's doing, isn't he? And I'm thinking, unless he's got something out there, mate, yeah. But again, you've got a good scene where zombies are attacking, or they're fighting zombies, they're kicking zombies' butt. You know what I mean? They're kicking zombies' butt. So it's definitely a cheap budget film. I do like the music in it. I remember the music being tight tats, tight fences. I love the bit where they're throwing daggers and the dude dodges it like that, the other dude dodges it like that. I think that's quite good. I love the way they're moving it. It's definitely an epic type of film. It's that adventure feel, two dudes, and the fact they're twin sisters, and they're the main characters of the film. So Sorceress, apart from 1982, it's a dud. It's a dud. I love the bit where you've got this lion and it comes alive. It's hard to explain unless I saw the film, copyright and all that. But you've got this lion, right, and it's roaring, and it's in the air. And then you've got this other thing here, and it's attacking it, and they're both growling at one another. And I do remember you've got this monkey, like a little, must it's a little guy, he's dressed up like a monkey. And there's bits where he's trying to touch this woman and she slaps it. But yeah, if it's a little guy dressed up as a monkey, yeah, it's not bad. And there's a bit where it's down on with the sorcerer and she whacks it. Oh, I could forget, there's this little weird thing and it's trying to touch the sorcerer up, one of the women. And she stripped off and she slaps it. I mean, no, it's not that she slaps it, she fucking kicks it in the face. Bit, how's that for cool? She kicks it in the face and it starts loping and it's got like figgy horns. I thought that was quite funny, but the evil sorcerer tries to attack them. The two girls kick ass. They kill the fucking dad, rightly so, because he's a fucking prick. And in my eyes, he's not exactly far from off the day. In my eyes, he's not far from off the day. They want to kill the girls, so they kill him. They kill this evil woman what had the monkey, which basically was tying it on with the evil queen, but she gets killed. And even though I don't like it, I'll say it does have a cheesy, sloppy ending. It has a cheesy, sloppy ending. She gets with the guy with the perm there, has that epic music again. End of movie. End of movie. But it's one of them, you know what I mean? Do I rant on it? No. It's what it was in that era. It was called Sorceress back in 1982. The main villain I thought was a bit bearing me. I love doing it. Why not? Piece of fucking wood. But to me, you didn't find him that evil. It's like laughable. He's got this really fucking wooden beard, wooden moustache, totally fucking made out of wood. But I vote myself, if you're going to have a villain in it, have the same villain that made the villain in Deathstalker. Have that fucking villain. Or the villain who we all know played in The Sword and the Sorcerer, who played a villain in a lot of films. Maybe have him play the villain. But it's still a good film for what it is. I like the deals in it. It's like I said, they're not too attractive. They're not there because they're right-hander. They're the bits where they strip off. But they kick ass. I love the bit where they're throwing daggers and the girls are like dodging it there and they're dodging it there. It's about they have the wooden space. And in my eyes, it's one of them, did they use a two-way film or were they real twins in real life? But I like the fact it was two twins. It was an adventure film. It had two twins playing two heroes in it. See, this to me was before they made Double Impact with Van Damme, and before they made another film with Jackie Chan where he played a twin. They already did it, Hollywood. They already did it in a low-budget film, an adventure film, which was called Sorceress back in 1982. And it's a dud. I love Sorceress. I don't see no faults in Sorceress. Like I say, it's a Buccaneer adventure film. They have that weird thing with the horns. It gets a kick in the face. You've got that weird little monkey which keeps trying to touch one of the women up until it gets a slap. And, you know, I love it. Back in 82, that's Sorceress. Check it out. Into then, do more movies, more politics, and more things on the way. Into then, if you like what you're seeing here, press that button sub or leave a nice comment. Into then, I'll see you soon.